What's up, everybody? This is Ron Sparkman from Stardom, and today we are here at the Space Foundation talking with two representatives from NORAD Tracks Santa. We have Lieutenant Colonel Ernest Tornbell, the 4th from the U.S. Army, and Captain Nancy Silver is in the house with us today, and we're going to talk to them a little bit about NORAD Tracks Santa, but first we want to talk to them a little bit about themselves. So if you guys want to do a quick introduction and tell us a little bit about yourselves, your history with the program.
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Ernest Tornbell, the 4th. Everybody calls me E.T. My initials, not for extraterrestrials.
That's perfect for this.
But, yeah, classic. Been with the NORAD Tracks Santa Now program. This is my first time. Just recently moved to Colorado Springs and was assigned to Peterson Air Force Base, obviously NORAD and U.S. Northcom. So very happy to be here. This is my first time doing it. It was fantastic working with the kids as well as some of the parents out here today at the Space Foundation. So awesome. Yeah. Awesome experience.
Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Captain Nancy Silver. I'm in the Canadian Air Force, and I, too, just moved down to NORAD. My trade with the military is air traffic control, so it kind of fits in good with the NORAD mission, and that's it.
Awesome. Well, we're really glad to have you two today, and we're going to talk about really there's so much fun about this program, and we're going to get to how it all started, which is kind of crazy. But first, can you tell us what NORAD stands for and what the organization does?
Okay. NORAD, it's North American Air Defense. It's a command that is down here in North Carolina, in Colorado. And we are responsible for the defense of North America. And as you can see by the two flags here, it's Canada and the U.S. It's binational. We work together for the defense of North America. Fantastic.
And so how did NORAD originally start tracking Santa? I know there's a bit of a funny story to it. I know everybody loves it.
Yeah, absolutely. So 1955, the precursor to NORAD was CONAD, Continental Aerospace Defense Command, and there was an ad placed in a Sears and Roebuck paper, and it was contact Santa to talk to him. And as the legend goes, a young child went ahead and called that phone number and did not get a hold of Santa, but instead got a hold of a colonel who was with CONAD, a Colonel Schaup, and he interacted with that child, and so started the whole NORAD is tracking Santa. And in 1955, when NORAD became the new command, Vice CONAD, we continued on with that tradition. So since 1955, on that very fateful first wrong phone call, now you have an awesome experience every single year, not only for the citizens within the United States, Canada, and in some parts of Mexico, but throughout the globe with today's internet and capability to go online and track Santa. It's just an unbelievable time of year where volunteers like Nancy's going to do here on the December 24th to go ahead and answer those phone calls from around the globe. Looking forward to it. And, you know, people like myself who do communications, on my side, I'm the one that helps put together the capability that is the NORAD Tracks Santa from an IT perspective.
All right. So do you have a general idea about how many calls you guys get? Because I hear it's pretty crazy over there.
Thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
I've heard thousands also, and a lot of people think that we volunteer in 2-hour shifts, that, oh, what am I going to do for 2 hours? But apparently the time just flies because you're so busy back-to-back calls.
Yeah. And it's so popular that from the moment they open up the registration for not only military members like us, but also family members above the age of 15 are able to be a part of that. It fills up very, very quickly from on the December 24th period. So it's an awesome event for the military families to be able to connect with the rest of the globe.
Well, it's great that you mentioned that, because it was something I wanted to talk about, was the fact that the average person can be involved in this. They can volunteer. So how can somebody get involved and come and like answer phone calls, and can they help from anywhere in the world? Or they have to be only here in Colorado Springs?
There's a website that they can go to sign up for it, but I do believe for this year it's pretty much full, if not already full. Yeah. I do believe they have to be from this area to come to NORAD, unless they're VIPs or presidents or something that, can hook up something remotely. But I do believe you have to be from this area.
Okay, that sounds great. And we're going to give the website and everything like that for you guys a little bit later, and all those fun social media stuff. So there's a few different ways that you guys can track Santa, and there's all of them are fun. We're going to start with radar. Can you describe how you use radar to track Santa every year?
Well, we use the radar 365 days of the year, and on the 24th, we focus on the north. So the north warning system, there's 47 radars up there. And when we see Santa moving, that'll be the first indication, and then he's followed with that. And did you want a description on how radar works? Or
Sure. Yeah, that's always great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what happens with the radar is on the ground. It sends out a signal that bounces off Santa's sleigh, comes back, and then the radar figures it out and knows that he's pointed that way and he's this high and he's this far out. So the radar figures it out for us.
That's pretty awesome. So another one of the ways that you guys can track him is through Rudolph has a unique trait that you're able to use satellite. So can you tell us a little bit about what that trait is and how you guys utilize that?
Yeah. So once, like Nancy said, the sleigh and the reindeer and Santa get past the radar signature and he gets up that high up in the space area, the satellites start taking over. And the infrared signature that is on Rudolph's nose is what allows the satellites to basically see him and start tracking him, as well as the sleigh and the rest. And what's even cooler is, they fly at an unbelievable rate of speed. But for the time frame when Santa is going through each of the houses, they start obviously in the north there and start heading west through the international date line and, head out towards Japan and China, so on and so forth. And really North America is the last stop, before he goes back home. Yep. And when he comes back into the United States, we continue to track through satellites throughout the entire globe. But then, we have fighter aircraft that, like Nancy said, are typically keeping our air and maritime areas safe through that 364 days of the year. But then that 365, now they slow down. They provide an escort for the old Jolly Saint Nick himself and the sleigh, which is pretty cool the way they are able to slow down and take care of Santa and his sleigh.
And I think that's probably one of my favorite ones. I know that's one of the ways that you guys track us through the jet fighters. How do they find Santa? How does all this work together? You put it all in concert. How do you guys put it all together in the end?
At NORAD, all of these systems come together. So there's the radar that we monitor. There's the infrared, the satellite, the reception that we get from the satellites. It's all put together so we can actually track Santa as he moves across. And reports from the aircraft also will tell us where he's at.
Fantastic. And there is a website where everybody can go and check this out. Can you tell us a little bit about the website and a little bit about you also have an app now too, right?
There is.
Absolutely. The last few years, with smartphones and media like that, we've been able to work with various companies to create both an Android and iOS-based application, which can be downloaded onto your phone, obviously free of charge. And, as you go on there, it gives you the ability to go ahead and view where Santa is throughout the globe. And then the website is basically the larger version of the application, same kind of thing. You can go through there and see him. And what's interesting, prior to this duty station and being posted here was in Germany. And myself, my wife, and our two kids, we would go to NORAD Tracks Santa. And we've been doing it now for probably about a dozen years. So it's pretty cool to be on one side where you're not stationed at NORAD Northcom and you're able to view this and use it. And now here I am on the other side, a member of the command that is trying to continue on that tradition.
That's pretty amazing. You guys are on social media too, right?
Absolutely.
And there's also a few other ways that people can check it out. It's like OnStar is one of the options. What are all of the options you can find NORAD Tracks Santa on? I mean, if you don't have them all, I understand. Well, we can get you guys that way.
I know there was Twitter and there was Facebook, Instagram. And then OnStar, I know OnStar starting on the 24th at a certain time, you're able to, with your kids in the car.
That would be great. You're going to see Grandma.
Able to push that little OnStar button, and they have the ability through their computer system to go ahead and identify where Track Santa is.
Yeah.
And Alexa also.
Alexa.
You can ask Alexa.
Of course you can ask Alexa.
Absolutely.
What about Siri? Can we get Siri yet?
I don't know. We probably need to go and expand between Siri and Google.
I love that. And so it sounds really amazing what you guys are up to. That's awesome. So we're going to throw the website, the social media, all those links at the bottom. We really do appreciate you guys taking the time and talking with us today. And they've been here at the Space Foundation. They come every year. So around Christmas time next year, if you're in the area, make sure to check the schedule on Space Foundation's website. And I'm sure that you guys will have it on your social media as well. And guys, really, we hope everybody has a very happy holidays. And thank you once again to both of our guests today on the show.
Look
Well,
forward
thank you
to
very
talking
much.
to everybody on the 24th.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And thank you for everything you do. That's great.
yeah, awesome. Thank you. That was great, guys. Perfect.
Hopefully you got enough good sound bites.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was perfect.
You did a lot of practicing with your kids.
Oh, so we did, I mean,
I
it's.
know. That's awesome.